At least you have your health.
Health's not good enough.
Not everyone shares your sense of humor.
Health is wealth.
Evolve. Evolve.
We evolve through pain.
Evolv The Podcast.
Andrea and Julie.
It's time to begin.
Hey, Jules.
Hey,
I've hit record. Do you want to do a podcast?
really?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to do a podcast.
I thought you were ready.
Not quite as loud as that, though. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Been busy?
Very.
Me too.
I know you have.
Yep.
Yeah, you've been on radio most of the week, haven't you? Or fortnight?
Yeah, no, for the last couple of weeks, pretty busy with some shifts doing like breakfast and then turning around doing afternoons. It's been full on, but now it's my weekend off.
Huh?
So I'm like ready to mingle, you know? Not single ready to mingle, but just mingle, you know?
So what does that mean? What are you doing?
It's a reunion at a club I used to go to when I was young.
Club?
Yeah. Yeah. In the
Really?
city. Yeah. Like Melbourne, the big smoke.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to drink. I mean, consume a macro. Because alcohol is a macro.
Yes, we've learned that.
Yeah. I learned so much on this podcast. And I'm going to catch up with my girlfriends and we're going to have a boogie and it's going to be great.
Okay, that's good. I'm not fussed on nightclubs, but I look forward to hearing.
Would you come one day if I begged you?
Depending on where it was and the type of begging.
I'll do severe begging to make you come out with me to a nightclub. And we could do like live streaming or something. Like
I don't think we could.
we so could before we drink too much of that fourth macro.
Of all, I don't know what severe begging is, but I'm there.
Bribery and begging?
I like that.
Yeah, you like bribery.
So I look forward to, you've got to take some photos so that we can see.
I'll share a couple.
All right, so that's your weekend.
That's my weekend. What about yours?
I'm working.
Working.
I'm working this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's I've got a couple of great clients that I'm working with this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. So it'll be fun.
Excellent. All right, so on this episode, we're going to do Cut the Crap.
Yes, and you know what? We're going to do savoury tonight, not sweet.
Good because I'm a savoury kind of gal.
Good.
Do I get to eat it quickly? Do I get to eat it?
Yes.
Okay, I get to eat it. Yay. I'll stop eating. And we're going to talk hydration.
We are. The importance of water and fluid intake. It's so important. So I'm really excited to be talking about this tonight.
Excellent. All right. Well, if you have a thirst for knowledge about hydration.
You know what? Do you practice that?
Yep. I actually wrote it down. This genius doesn't just pop off the top of my head all the time.
All right. So, yes, if you have a
thirst for knowledge,
stick around.
Okay. How about some water? Can you drink some water?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking aerobics class. I feel like I'm about to go into an aerobics class.
All right.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
Okay, Andrea, we are going to talk about water. Water. Last time I saw you, I set you a little mini challenge of intake of 1 litre of water a day, which you said to me very flippantly, piece of piss. Pretty sure it went something like that.
Piece of clear, I've drunk a lot of water piss.
Yeah. But see, did you actually drink 1 litre of water a day?
So I know you said a litre of water.
So when it starts with with you, I know the answer is no.
It's like a tell.
So equals no.
But I did have my big Frank Green water bottle always with me, and some days more than others out of that. But I had a lot of tea and coffee, and I know you said water. But I also did some Googling and I know that you don't have to just drink water to get a litre of fluid. So does that count?
I didn't say fluid. I said water.
Water. Most days pretty close. So
I think the setup is there is an amount of fluid intake that is required on average a day. I think it's about 2.7 for women and about 3.7 for men.
Yep.
And that's just a guide. But
litres.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Per day.
Oh, God.
And of course, we dehydrate through so many things. simple things. And we were talking about them before, right? Literally from breathing.
Talking, which we do an awful lot of.
Perspiration, obviously, the obvious with urination and you know, your poops and your pees.
And the aircon and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, all has effect on us. So whilst we say, you know, 2.7, 3.7, it sounds a lot. That's made up of fluids in total, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, the cleanest way to get the fluid in is, and obviously low-cal, is to consume it via water. But that's not the only way.
No.
So having a litre of water a day, I think, is really important. And look, I know myself, I can head out with, you know, 2 bottles of water with me, and sometimes I come home with 1 or more and think, shit, you know, I have had, you know, a cup of tea here or something else there, but I haven't actually had my, you know, water intake for the day.
You know, this sounds like such a cop-out, but water, for me, if I drink too much water, I sort of get indigestion. Like, people think that is bizarre. How can it's non-acidic? Like, how? But I do. Like, it sort of regurgitates on me.
And I think we will talk about a little bit about that, because you can take in too much water. People can go overboard with it.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, it's interesting to know why we need water. So
why? Like, what does it do other than give us a chance to take a bathroom break? What does it do?
At work, exactly. It does a number of things. Regulates your body temperature.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, keeping your joints lubricated.
Really? I didn't realise the joint thing.
Yeah. So, you know, so you've got all those, you know, biomechanics sort of stuff that, you know, that it's required for. They also say it helps prevent infection in the body as well. Delivers nutrients to all your cells, which makes sense. And I think we all sort of understand that.
Because they'd be made up of predominantly water, would they?
Yes, yeah. So I think you're about 60% water on average. And it keeps, you know, your organs functioning properly, all of those sorts of things.
Yep.
So, you know, obviously, well, the other thing it does too, it improves your quality of sleep.
That, you know, is a big one. But then I go, if I drink too much water at night, then I have to get up and pee more than what I already do. I
think too, this is something that we do, that we get through the day and think, oh shit, you know, I didn't
drink the water.
Yeah, and I'm really thirsty now. And then you go, oh, I don't want to do it before bed, and then you actually have a you know, sort of a broken sleep, you know, lacking in quality. So that's an issue as well, I know. Or you're up, like you suggest, all night peeing.
Yeah.
It also assists with your cognitive functions as well. So
that would make sense.
Yeah. So, you know, and you think about it too. Like, if you are dehydrated, you often get a headache.
Yes, and your eyes get sore and all that. It's probably dry eyes.
Skin dry, everything, and you just don't feel good. And, you know, often people are like, oh, you know, I've always got headaches. There's something wrong with me. Honestly, and I remember GP years ago saying this to me, is go and have a drink of water.
Yeah.
Like, go and have, or several.
Yeah.
But that brings me to a point too, that guzzling water is not the best way to, you know, to get your cells hydrated.
So sipping is better.
All day sipping, rather than a guzzling where you probably go straight through you a bit and find yourself, you know, in the loop peeing it out straight away. So
I always know that when I'm a bit dehydrated, because my tongue sort of sticks to my teeth a lot, and when I'm doing voice work and things like that, and I have to be very precise with my pronunciations, you know, and you sort of, I put lip gloss on and I take a big drink of water and try and lubricate as much as I can.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you sort of think, oh, I probably just need a couple of glasses of water.
Yeah, that's true.
The other thing that it affects dramatically too, or it can, is your mood too. You get tired and cranky, you know.
Yeah. Is that what my husband's problem is?
Sorry, John.
Sorry, John.
Yeah, but it does. I know that I feel a bit agitated and headachy if I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
And I sort of think, oh, have I had anything to drink?
Sometimes
today?
You do have to stop and just go,
yeah. When did I last have a glass of water?
Yeah, have I drunk anything today?
Yeah, exactly. And I think too, you know, as we were talking about, it's not just about the water, but the fluid intake.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know, I sort of jumping ahead here, but I know a lot of people will come to this in a minute. Say, I don't really like water.
Mm. Because waters aren't just waters. Like, there's nicer waters than others.
Yeah, and we'll talk about those in a sec. But my dad was one of those.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like water, so he would take in fluid in different ways. That's not about drinking wine, people. That's counterproductive.
The grapes had water in them.
That's right. So how much is too much?
Yeah, how much is too much?
Well, as I was saying,
What, do we
before,
drown our kidneys? What happens?
Yeah, well, you can actually feel there are symptoms of being overhydrated. So you can feel nauseated and it can actually cause vomiting if you drink too much. So,
there's a danger.
There is a danger in it, and in fact, I think that when people sort of go that far, push that far, your body just can't take.
Yeah, you'd be overworking it too.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Your kidneys having to process all of that liquid and things.
Yeah, it can also, I was saying it helps with cognitive function, but it can also work in reverse there too, where you just, but I mean, look, you'd have to be putting in a fair amount of water, but some people use water, as meal.
Like to ruin their end their appetite and stuff.
That's right, depress appetite or suppress.
Suppress,
appetite.
Depress the appetite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
If you were just drinking water, that is depressing.
It is depressing.
Yeah.
So I'm a foodie. So, but I think that you've got a lot of people going. How do I take it in? How do I take it in that's palatable?
And as you say, it's not just it's not just water, because it's food as well. Like, that counts towards.
They say that's about 20% of our fluid intake is through food, and the rest, so about 80% through actual liquid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that can be anything from as far as the liquids concerned. I think we were saying before, tea, coffee. They are a diuretic, but still going in.
Yeah.
And you're obvious with water, but you've got,
cordial
milk juice, all those sorts of things. They're not great. The sugary aspects are
of course.
They don't consider those.
But
fluids.
we've talked before about protein water and things like that.
Yeah.
They're like low sugar, aren't they?
Most of them. I
Most
think
of
too.
them low sugar.
You have to be careful because some of the, the
Sweetener.
artificial sweeteners and so forth.
Yeah.
I was reading before, I'm making some notes saying that that dehydration itself, before we go on to how we kind of, take the fluids in, if it's, having lots of water is not palatable for you, that it can leave you feeling, tired, lacking in energy, those sort of things. And there are some groups, age groups that are even like, you get infants, of course, who dehydrate quickly.
Yeah.
Young children, always running around, all that
Don't
sort of
notice
thing.
that they're thirsty.
Yeah, they don't sort of think about it. So prompting them, and of course, some elderly, people as well, or just
Just because they're too tired to get out of their chair and go and get it.
Mature adults, what, you say that, but it is actually true. They're either too tired or they might, be restricted.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Honestly, it's an effort sometimes to get up and go.
I won't do that.
I'll just wait.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I think that there are other things that like chronic illnesses.
Yeah.
Medications. Some medications.
Yeah, some medications can definitely do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Dehydrate you.
So those things, and as we're saying, even like diabetes and dementia and so forth, it can be restrictive to the intake.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
What do we do, Jules? Because there's only so many hours in a day, and stopping for the toilet every 20 minutes isn't great fun.
I think first of all is, how do we know that we're correctly hydrated?
Yeah. How do you know? Is there like a pinch test or something you can do?
There is actually. There
Really?
is a skin test that you can do, and it's you do it for animals. It's often used on horses, but
Yeah.
also on people.
Yeah.
So you pinch, and then you look at how quickly it retracts. Your skin retracts.
Takes a while.
And the colour. Yeah. And I'd say if people did it first thing in the morning, because generally your body is absorbed a lot overnight, you're
Pretty dehydrated.
well, no, more reactive to being hydrated to the end of the day if you haven't been drinking. But there's also just the obvious thing, like you go to the toilet, you pee.
Yeah.
If it's colourless or pale yellow, you're fairly well hydrated.
Yeah.
If your pee is like fairly dark,
looks like remember that
Go and have
Lucozade stuff? Remember
Yeah,
Lucozade? If
that's
it looks
exactly
like
right.
Lucozade, something
yeah,
wrong.
you need to go and have a drink. Drink your water.
Yeah, and not
Like,
Lucozade.
Pronto.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's probably one of the obvious things
Yeah.
to do. You know, as I said, the other symptoms like headaches, etc. But yeah, if you can't have a pee,
Yeah.
have a look at it.
Yeah.
And it'll give you, good feedback.
Someone once told me too that if your tongue has the indentations of your teeth, it's an indicator that you're dehydrated.
Why are you biting your tongue? But
No, but like just because your tongue sits next to your teeth,
you don't bite it.
if you get,
Oh,
like
on
the-
the side. I've
Yeah.
never looked at that.
yeah. Someone once told me that. I don't know who.
Who was it? Was
It's
it
probably
someone,
not factual.
Was it someone at the nightclub?
Just consider me like. Just consider me like AI, where I take creative license sometimes and don't give you factual information.
That's right.
Have you ever noticed that with AI? It's sidetracked. Anyway,
So how do we up our water game?
yeah, how do we? We carry those big-ass water bottles.
Take it with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take it with you. Make sure you've always got a traveller. That is
Yeah.
not the fourth macro.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So take it with you.
Yeah.
Make sure you fill those water bottles and then consume them. And
Yeah, don't just
bring
take them with you and lug
Yeah.
it everywhere
Yeah.
and then get home and go, oh, it's still
That's
full.
right. They're not like, friends on the way. You need to consume them.
Come on, hop in, pop it in the passenger seat, put its little seatbelt on. It's my little
You know
buddy
what?
for the
It
day.
does sort of sit there on the passenger seat with
It does.
me.
It does.
And I think the other thing is we touched on before, which is I get a lot of people saying, I don't really like water.
It's just not, it doesn't float my boat either.
See, I like it, but it can become a bit much. So flavour it.
Yeah.
And they make water bottles now where you can, like it's like a diffuser.
Yeah, put the
almost.
fruit and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the best ones to put in are your citrus. Like so
Yeah.
you've got the vitamin C going in,
Yeah.
lemon, lime.
That is nice. Lemon water
Orange
is so
really
nice.
lovely in it
Yeah,
as well. But also things like watermelon and cucumber. I'm not a
And you
big
know
fan
what
of the
else?
Cucumber water, but a lot of people like it.
Some of those edible essential oils, they have to be the edible ones, but ones that you can consume like Modere. They have like lime and things like that. And you can put just like a tiny drip of their essential oils in the water and it's delicious.
What were they created for, though? I'm sure they weren't created for water, were they?
Yeah. Essential oils.
Edible.
Yeah. I'm serious.
I feel like that's a different show.
I feel like she doesn't believe me.
I do, but you'll bring some in. Maybe.
I will bring it in because I had a lady sort of consult me a while ago and I had different ones that I could put into my water. And one was for like alertness and things like that. It's an interesting world, the old essential oils.
Yeah, I think also that, in fact, a lot of places will use herbs in with like strawberries and stuff like mint. And,
mint's
all that.
beautiful with
Yeah.
strawberries in your water. Really
It
yummy.
is. I often used to send my daughter off to school with well, I think she requested it, and so I had to. But she was on it.
Yeah.
So that is one way to obviously to get water into you that you might find a little more palatable.
Yeah.
Yes, might be in trouble with the
It's all
course.
right. Jess, the bangs and the noises. I don't even have my headphones on to tell you if you've done it.
Bangs and noises, again, a different show. I think tied into a routine as well is another way to make sure that you're doing it. It's things like, and it sounds like really weird, but like if you brush your teeth, have a glass of water before or after you brush your teeth.
Yeah, so it's part of a routine that you've already got.
Even when you go to the toilet,
Yeah.
then have a glass of water, replenish, okay? Bit out, bit in. Yeah? Some kind of routine like that.
Should you drink a lot of water when you're eating, or does that mess with your digestion?
You know what? There are so many different schools of thought on that.
Yeah.
My understanding is that you don't drink the water just before you eat,
Yeah.
but rather afterwards. But to be quite honest, I'm unsure. It's something
Yeah.
that we should look up.
Yeah, we should look that
Yeah.
up. Because sometimes you drink a lot when you're eating to try and get it all down.
Because that's right. Because that's true. Because you're gutsing your food, and
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
won't go down.
But then I question, like you've got the
Are you
acids in your stomach and things.
diluting?
Are you diluting? Is there a problem with that? So we will look that up and we'll
yeah, I think
see what
that's-
information we can
I
come
think
up
that
with.
is a really good question for us to ask. So we
Yeah.
will look that up.
Yeah.
Track it is another one. Be able to track your water. Believe it or not, they have now got, and I think this is probably going a little bit overboard, but smart bottles that you can link to your, to your computer or smartwatch. It actually tells you how much you're consuming. So you head off in the day with your litre of water, you drink it all. It's tracked it, you fill it up again, and it tracks it. if you are that methodical about it, then good on you.
And if you've got a Apple Watch or some of those things, they can remind you to drink. They have like
Yes,
little
that's a good
features
idea
to
too.
remind you to drink. So if you
Yeah.
set that, if you're not good at remembering, which I'm not. I should use my watch.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
So I'm using mine all the time to remember things. I think it's an age thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe not enough hydration.
maybe some
Does that
punishment.
affect your memory?
Well, possibly.
Right.
That's
Okay. So that'd be
So we did say
explaining it.
cognitive function. So, what else is there? I think there was someone who actually said, like make it a bit of a challenge with a friend or your husband or wife or partner or whatever, where you can say, come home and perhaps boast about how much you've had, or how little that you've had, and then berate each other.
And it's so fashionable now, the drink bottles. Like it was one brand, and then it moves on to the Frank Greens, and now it's like the Stanleys and all this sort of stuff. Like it's sort of on trend. So,
But I don't do that, and you know where I buy mine from? My favourite store.
Kmart.
I do.
Gotta go Kmart.
You know what? I lose them all the time, or leave them at a gym or whatever. So I've just decided, the Kmart bottles stay cold too. So
I bought my son a Frank Green with his name on it.
Yeah.
And I figured because everybody had one, he had to have one, but he was really happy to take his water and he seems to drink it more. I think it's a nice bottle to drink
If it's
from.
something that, that inspires you to drink, then I think it's money well spent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good investment.
Yeah.
So I think there are some of the things that you can do as far as, hydrating. I think the other thing is some people say, look, I just don't like water at all. So, that is something that you've got to, I think.
Be a grown up and just get over it.
I do. And if you, a lot of people drink
Cut
a
your
lot of
crap.
fizzy drink, soda, whatever you sort of want to call it. What I say to them is alternate. So if you're saying I cannot give up, my
Pepsi Max.
whatever it is, then have one, but then have a glass of water and finish it straight after.
Does sparkling mineral water fall under fizzy drink or does it fall under water?
Well, it's carbonated, but it certainly hasn't got the sugar content.
So
So I would
much
put it.
better.
I would put it under water.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm not sure of whether it decreases absorbency or not.
Because someone said, does it got more sodium? I don't really know the answer to it, but we invested in a soda stream. Best thing ever.
I think mineral water, it would be a problem. I'm not sure about soda.
Just water that you fizz up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we do at home. We have a soda stream.
Yes.
And it's fantastic because if my son does feel like something a little sweet, he can have a bit of cordial in that, but we can monitor how much. It's nowhere near what a soft drink is, and you can just have a nice little.
And then you can inspire them to put in those things that we talked about, like squeezes of orange. Or
he loves
blah, blah,
lemon
blah.
in his water as well.
Yeah, exactly, and that makes it kind of fancy. So
Yeah.
I think starting children off from a young age
the
is
habit.
really, really important.
Because it wasn't really a big thing when I was a kid. Like you'd go to school with your Decor drink bottle and lunchbox, and that would be pretty much it. And you'd have the bubblers at school. But
I don't remember taking water at all.
Really, you
To
didn't have a drink
school.
bottle?
No, they had the water
fountains,
fountains, and that was about it. I don't really remember taking water.
Yeah, we used to take cordial. But then when you finish the cordial, you'd fill it with water. But, it just wasn't a big thing. Like I know I've always been on Fletch about drink your water. Have you drunk water today? I'm better with him than I am myself.
Yes.
But my mother never did that to me. I don't think anyone ever really said to me, drink water. How much water have you had?
The funny thing is, though, I remember drinking a lot of water because you could just go to the tap. It wasn't chlorinated and,
you wouldn't die from it.
Yeah,
It's forever chemicals and all this other
That's right.
stuff that they're talking about.
So I do remember drinking a lot of water because you were thirsty because you were playing outside.
Yeah, you just go to the hose.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't think we had soft drink anyway. So it was like do that or, dehydrate.
We sometimes had soft drink, the sidetracked, but the delivery, they would deliver them, the Lloyds or whatever it was.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it would last in our house for about 4 days.
Yeah.
And then it was all gone for another month. We wouldn't get it for another month.
We didn't get that for ages.
Yeah.
And then when it came, I wasn't really into it except for creaming soda.
Creaming soda is so good. We used to get
I would take
Portello
those
as well.
and just the creaming soda, and it was like, I was really pissed if someone got in before me.
Stash it under your bed, that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So taking it in. And the funny thing, when I was doing some of this research as well, I thought, we talk about things like coconut water, which is like really good for absorbency as well. Yeah. And I thought, what is the best hydrator that there is? Thinking that it would come up with coconut water. But it didn't.
What did it say?
It came up with milk.
That's weird.
Yeah, so that's not to say that you go and drink a whole lot of milk,
No.
but the reason why is because it has other things in it like lactose, so some sugar, as well as protein, etc. And so because of that, it actually stays and it's a slower,
you lose it less than what you
that's
would.
right. So it sits there and the absorbency is there rather than it kind of goes in but goes out a bit quicker.
Yeah, so if you felt really thirsty, maybe a small glass of milk might just fix that, and
That's
then
right.
you can continue on with your water.
I suppose, but that was an interesting thing for me to find
Yeah.
out. And I'm not a milk drinker. I don't like milk.
What do you think about electrolytes? Is that something like, the sports drinks and stuff, or do you just put a little bit of salt and?
I think that they're just, it's commercial.
Yeah.
They're overutilized. I mean, you really, really have to be doing a lot
to lose that kind of.
Yeah, you're perspiring a huge amount to lose that much.
Yeah.
And then they're very valid. I don't know about the sports drinks per se, but they don't hurt, to have one here and there. Better for you than, your soft drink, etc. But, yeah, they're unnecessary for most of us.
Yeah.
We're just not doing that level of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, you go run
We're
a
not professional.
Go and run a marathon and have, something like that. And I would suggest, that most of those people, if they're serious about it, they're not drinking the obvious Gatorade or anything.
Yeah.
They're having something a little more scientific.
Science-based.
Yeah, exactly. So water, very important.
Yes.
I bring this back to, I often get to the end of the day and I actually feel thirsty. And therefore I know I'm really quite dehydrated if I'm feeling thirsty.
Yep.
Or I've got a headache.
Yep.
Which
Because they say you shouldn't feel thirsty. If you do feel thirsty, you're too late.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about too late.
Well, as in, you are.
You are really
Yeah.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
So what do you do about it? Go and have a glass of water. So
Now.
that's what you do. And that then becomes that vicious cycle, as you say, as we try and drink at night and then we're up all night peeing. So to circumvent that, what I do is every morning I will have a glass of water first and then something else like a cup of tea or,
I knew a lady that used to do like hot water and lemon. And that was the first thing she had every day and she swore by it. So maybe that's
and
the
they
thing.
do say that's about, sort of your body working through, taking that in a little more than just plain water as well.
And breaking the fast maybe with a little bit of something before you go eating. Maybe it helps. I don't know.
I think
I'm no
most of us
doctor.
wake up and feel like we want to have a drink of something.
And we reach straight for coffee.
We do. And that's why I really push myself to have that glass of water first thing and then go into
It's good if
whatever
you've got
else.
to take tablets or something first thing in the morning because you sort of tend to have a glass of water or whatever. But I'm not. Yeah. Anyway,
So
I will.
So get out there. All right. I want you to give yourselves that challenge that I've given Andrea. 1 litre of water a day in addition to the other fluids that you take in. See how that affects you. Moods, sleep patterns, headaches, all those sort of things. I'm not saying it's going to cure everything, but I certainly think that it will help.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the results, if you really kind of noticed in yourself and took that challenge on.
And not only that, I think it's about hydrating your skin as well. So when you're feeling, a bit dry, you don't feel so great, and you look in the mirror and you think, I really do think it helps a bit.
The last couple of days, I must say, because I knew I was going out, I did increase my water the last couple of days because I was trying to plump my skin up a bit.
If that's your motivation, that you don't want, you want to young and fresh, and you don't want to have a vicious hangover.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated. Hydrate for the 48 hours before you go out.
Yeah. I'll do that. Start drinking.
That's right.
All right. Thank you for that. I feel like we are a lot closer to knowing why we should be drinking the water. And you know what? Just a gentle nudge in the right direction, especially through winter when it's so cold and most people aren't really thinking about it.
Indeed. And I think the main thing with this sort of thing and other things we talk about with food, etc., is you need to make it part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's the important thing. So, Andrea, for the next week,
Drinking the water.
indeed.
Cheers. Look, Julie bought snacks.
I did. This is a cut the crap episode.
Oh, it's just like all my favorites. So salt and vinegar thins, Cheetos puffs, and barbecue Smith's chips.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring us a little variety of things that people generally love to eat as far as savoury is concerned, because I'm so focused on the sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big chip eater, but obviously many people are. So I thought we'd have a look at some of these, commonly loved flavours and have a look at an alternative that I've come up with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you make them?
Yeah.
You're so talented.
I'm such a master chef. I keep telling you. So let's have a look and a bit of a comparison.
Yep.
Let's go in. What do you want to choose first?
Can we do the puffs?
Yes, we can do the puffs. So I'm going to. What are we doing here? I've come up with so this is a new product.
Sorry for all the crinkle noises.
Yeah, sorry everybody. I've come up with or found a new little protein type savoury equivalent to chips,
Single
I suppose.
serve, yeah.
A single serve.
Muscle Nation protein puffs.
Yeah. Now, I haven't actually tasted these because I've been too busy, but I thought, wow, these look amazing. Hopefully they taste amazing. And I thought we'd do a little bit of a comparison as far as some of the nasties versus good.
Oh, okay.
And people say, you know what, I just like to have if you want to lose weight, I suggest you cut the crap and you find the alternatives to your diet and suck it up a little bit. Because
say goodbye to all the yum yums.
Yeah, if you've got goals here to reduce, and we've talked about you cannot out train a bad diet. So you're at the gym, you're doing all that stuff. You've still got to have a look at what you're consuming.
I reckon
basically.
you're really mean because obviously I'm trying to be really good, and you keep bringing in.
And I say, let's
Don't
try
eat it, Andrea.
Let's try the taste
Don't eat
comparison.
it.
All right, so let's have a look. This is chili lime flavored. These ones, and
these Cheetos are cheesy.
Cheesy puffs, and I got them because they are a puff the same as these ones here. So when I go and have a look at a packet in store, the first thing I sort of look at for me is protein. So because I always want to increase my protein intake. These have 28.2 grams of protein per 100 grams.
These only have 5.6
Okay, so we're not buying the Cheetos
for protein.
No. I think another really important thing to have a look at here when you're looking at savoury is the total fat content. So my little chili lime guys have got 11.9 grams.
This has got 34.7 per 100 grams.
Grams of fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see that already we're in trouble over in Cheeto land. Yeah. I think too.
Why is Chester Cheetah so skinny on the back of the pack if he's eaten these things?
Well, he's probably not. He's just being paid to endorse. The total carbohydrates, look, I don't really look at it when I bring up something like this because, let's face it, you're eating a savoury snack, which is going to be carb high.
Yeah.
But so that you know, the total carbs in this are 43.8.
Yeah, total is 53.3 per 100.
Okay, so not too dissimilar. Sugars in mine are 10.9.
Sugars in mine, 2.7.
Okay, so they're much lower. All right, so that's interesting.
Mm.
And then I think it comes down to, there's another thing I also consider when I say to clients, and we talk about portion control, is these only, at the moment anyway, as far as I understand, they only come in a 60-gram pack.
Mm.
What do yours come in? That's the smallest I could find.
Well, this is an 80-gram pack, yeah.
Okay. So there seems to be quite a big difference, though.
Yeah. But, like, you chew, 10 of these, they
shall
just
we try
chew
them?
down to nothing. The Cheetos? Or...
Yeah.
No, you don't want me to open
I
this
don't.
bag.
That was a test.
Yeah, and I
But
passed.
I think we should try
the
these babies.
protein puffs. Let's have a crack at that.
Sorry about the crunching.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Well, they don't taste like a Cheeto, which I don't like anyway. But
No, they're all right.
I think these would hit the spot.
It would satisfy the crunch craving.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's quite chilly
I was going
afterwards.
to say, it's got a hit of chili
Just
in there.
grab my water.
Yeah, see, they keep you hydrated.
Wow.
This will actually sap the hydration from you because of the sodium level. But it's
You'd have to sip my water. I think I'm COVID-free. Can't guarantee
they
it.
are certainly, as promised, very lime and chili flavoured.
Woo.
So one of the big go-tos is salt and vinegar. I think these pretty much stack up somewhat similar.
Naughty ones.
Similar as far as their content is concerned. So let's run through it quickly. We've got some Thins, salt and vinegar chips. Thins were a favourite for my dad. So let's have a look at what he was consuming. As far as protein is concerned, well, there's going to be no comparison. This is 29.1.
6.6.
And this fat is 11.9.
28.4.
Ouch. Carbs totals as 36.9.
52.3.
Okay. And the sugar, if we're looking at that, which I do, in these ones, interestingly, are 3.3.
And this is only 0.6.
Oh.
Less sugar.
Less sugar. Salt and vinegar obviously has less sugar.
But you always say under 10 grams per 100 is not too bad.
Yeah. So shall we try these ones?
Yeah, let's try those ones.
I don't know whether we'll taste it after the chili.
Yeah, they were full on, weren't they?
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. They want to smack you in the face with their flavours, don't they?
They promise. Actually, I don't. Oh.
I'm so sorry you can't tell. I'm going back for a second.
If you like salt and vinegar, these are completely your jam. Because
they are so sour with vinegar.
They are a good hit of salt and vinegar. Yeah. And
I love salt and vinegar.
I actually don't mind these.
No, I love it. I'm the sort of person that licks a lemon for fun. So I do love that.
But you think that's pretty full on?
That's pretty full on.
But good though.
No, they're good. They're good.
All right. So lastly, it's same thing. Protein puffs.
Chips.
These are barbecue. All right. So they're obviously a very popular flavour as well. We'll open these up again. Crinkle, crinkle. Sorry, people.
I know, it's so annoying.
Shall we have a look at the back? These chips that I got, these are the crinkle cuts.
The Smiths.
Crinkle cuts.
Smith.
Protein, 28.3.
6.7.
The total fats in this one is 12.2.
33.
And carbohydrates, 41.7.
51.9.
And the sugars, 6.3.
3.3.
Okay. So what I consider junk food wins in the sugar stakes, but we are actually, I'm not a big barbecue fan, so.
I don't mind a barbecue chip, but sometimes they go a bit wrong. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, that's not me.
Listen, if you like
Texan barbecue flavour.
Yeah, saucy kind of barbecue, that's your thing. These are not the faves. These are not my favourite, no.
Let's rank them in order of preference.
So
at the end.
That's my number 3.
Number 3.
I would suggest for me, I really like the chili hit in this, but I'm going to rank that for me number 2.
Yeah, me too, because it was just very burny afterwards. Yeah. I think I still have a bit of burn.
Yeah, and that could be burny tomorrow as well. And these are my number 1. I actually really like those.
Yeah, the salt and vinegar.
And I don't do chips, so cold chips, just hot chips.
So Muscle Nation protein puffs, that is our take on them.
Yeah, I've got the aftertaste. I think we need to
not good.
Pass me over
more salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar. I like that.
Yeah, all right. So let's take these yummy, delicious snacks off the table, Julie, because they're too amazing.
Goodbye.
Mind you, out of your Muscle Nation protein puffs and these, I reckon these would be cheaper.
Well, they are, and you're quite correct. So. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into, adding the protein, etc.
Yeah.
But for me, how I would sort of, counteract that argument would be that what's the investment into your health?
And you can never spend enough on yourself. Well, is that how it works?
There is that. And I understand that would be very expensive to have around the house with your children to, to perhaps using, the premium type products like this. However, you got to think about, what is your investment? You do. You want to look after your children. You want to look after your own health. I get a lot of people coming into the gym at sort of, 40 plus going, I've got the spare tyre or 4.
And spare tyre?
And,
it's called a muffin top.
What I do, or that. I sort of say, well, I know these things cost a lot. Either A, cut the crap and
don't eat anything, or choose the better alternative.
Indeed.
Yeah, I get it.
Well said. Yeah, that is exactly how you need to look at this. So it's a matter of if you're going to eat stuff like this, then pick the healthiest option to stem the craving.
You know something you can do too? Chickpeas, you can air fry them and flavour them, and they're quite good for you and high in protein. Maybe we could do that one day on the podcast. We could
You could do.
bring the air fryer in.
But also make you gassy.
Oh, well.
It's a byproduct. Is it worth it?
I don't mind my own smell. Just don't like someone else's.
Let's not do chickpeas.
Let's not do chickpeas. Okay. Do you want to do highlights and hiccups then?
Let's do highlights in here.
Okay.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
What hiccup? Who's hiccuping?
Highlights and hiccups. You know what? I'm excited to tell you my highlight
Oh, do
for
tell.
this week. So for me,
Yes.
I decided that since I'm not getting a whole lot of sleep, and I would indulge myself a little bit, and I decided to go and get a mattress topper.
Oh, these are the things I see on TV.
Yes, and actually even had on the box, feel like, or something like this, feel like you're in a hotel.
Five-star hotel.
Yeah, hotel quality mattress topper. I thought, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So I thought, then it cost me a lot of money. And so I took it home and thought, I hope this is as good as, because once you bust it out, I did say, if I don't like this, can I bring it back? And they said, no, this is bedding and you cannot.
Really? You
like-
cannot take bedding back?
No, a bit like undies.
What if you bought
apparently.
the wrong size or something?
Well, you're probably an idiot.
Yeah, because you don't know what
You
size
read
your
the
bed is. Or you might have bought it as a gift.
Yeah, I don't know why, because I think you can take your sheets back.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, I was told that you can take this back. So
Okay.
I was a little bit nervous and popped it on, thought, I hope I haven't blown a whole lot of cash here.
Yeah.
Popped it on and set it all up, and I was really happy, and I got into bed and it
Crawled
was
in.
amazing.
Oh, lovely.
So soft. And I thought, is it going to be too soft, my back too hard, Goldilocks sort of scenario. It was just right.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
I'm
you have
so
a
happy.
great night?
Awesome sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And in fact, I slept through the first alarm.
You dream about the dreaming night that you had in the topper?
I did. It was like fantastic. And
Yeah.
so I was so with
Oh,
my purchase.
wonderful.
And I just felt, I had, given myself a little luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I almost feel bad now taking you to a hiccup because, we've had just such a nice moment
know,
thinking
I'm
about that
in a happy
highlight and then we're sort of ending on the negative. But anyway, tell me your hiccup.
Well, actually, my hiccup is in the same family. The fact that I had that wonderful sleep on my mattress topper was awesome. Loved it. But I haven't really seen it very much since. I've been so busy. I think I've been launching into bed, having about, not enough sleep.
Yeah.
7+ hours. I don't really feel like I've
Have stopped to appreciate the topper.
No. So I will try and do that this weekend.
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
You
So,
must.
But I would very much recommend mattress topper. Love it.
Excellent,
Now,
excellent.
what about you?
All right, so let's see. My highlight was I've been pretty busy, and to get to my hairdresser, it's hours down the highway.
Yeah.
So the last time I went to the hairdresser's was February. I know, and look at the new
Sacre
do.
bleu. I know, it's beautiful. I'm loving the colour. So you've had a cut and a colour.
Cut and a colour, and
I think it looks beautiful.
thank you. And they are so kind to me because they know I only come so irregularly that they always do such a great job of, hiding the highlights and things so it grows out nicely. But
I think it looks beautiful. And I think, giving back a little bit, it also gives back, confidence.
yeah.
And, I don't know. I know that sounds a bit materialistic, but I think it's true. You just feel good about yourself.
You do. The worst thing is when you wash it and you got to restyle it and you got to try and hope that you. But they did the wave on my hair today, and I'm no good at the wave. No good. Anyway,
It can be tricky. No, I think it looks absolutely beautiful.
thank you.
So, the hiccup.
So the hiccup is, of course, going out this weekend because the weekend off, and I
To the
nightclub, and I ordered a shirt online to wear for my outing.
Oh, that's brave.
Well, I thought ordering Monday, I'll get it by Friday.
What, this week?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that go?
It didn't go well. it did not go well.
You
And I sat there with my little tracking, where is it now?
focused? Yeah.
As you do, right? Where is it now? Where is it? It could still make it. It's in Avalon.
And
It could still make it. And it did not make it.
You could pick it up on the way. Way through.
Yeah, just jump through to Australia Post package service.
I always
Yeah.
say, it is never for a particular event unless you are months out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too
always
dangerous.
a fail.
So now I've got to figure out what else to wear. That's not fun.
We do have something.
I do. Which then you I was talking to you about my alternative, and I said I was thinking maybe a classic white shirt, and she's like, "Oh, nightclub
Well,
white
I like
shirt."
it. Yeah, I like a classic white shirt. Looks, I think it's smart, stylish, but
The blue light.
a nightclub. It's like, there's Andrea.
Maybe I want that, Julie. Maybe
You
I
do.
want that.
You want that attention.
Yeah.
You know what? You own it, girl. Hey, Andrea.
My God. Are you trying to get me back from the start of the
Yes.
episode? Yeah.
When you frighten the shit out of me, I am.
You're so petty.
I am. And competitive.
All right, so can we tell everyone we're done now with episode 8? Because we're kind of finished, right?
We have. I've enjoyed it.
It's been good. It's been good. And I'm really proud of us to get
I am too.
to episode 8. So I'm thinking if we get to episode 10, we should celebrate.
We should.
Yeah.
Let's do that. How will we celebrate? Do I want to ask that question of you?
What about if we had cake? I know it's a big ask considering, but
No, do you know what? We will have cake and we will dress up.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Let's put a bit of
I don't know why, but that's what we'll do.
Yes,
Just
I
not
like
as a pirate.
but you have the costume already.
I gave it away, believe me.
All right, I love it. But first we got to do episode 9 in 2 weeks, all right? So
Yeah.
episode 10, stick with us till then, guys, but in a fortnight we'll bring you episode 9 and it'll be great.
We look forward to seeing you then.
Bye.
Good night. Night? Is it night?
It doesn't matter. I'll probably cut that off.
Evolv the Podcast.
Say goodbye to Andrea and Julie.
This episode of Evolv the Podcast was co-produced by Julie Saunders and Andrea Waycott. If you wish to get in contact with the show, please reach out on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, or email evolvethepodcast@gmail.com. That is Evolv with no E. Thanks for listening. Till next time.